Hi everyone, I hope you had a great weekend. A couple updates as far as grades are concerned. Power School is as up to date as I can make it right now. So if you notice there's a 0 and you've turned something in already, just shoot me an email and let me know that you had turned it in and I will fix that for you. If you notice anything else that's missing or you need a copy of anything, please continue to reach out to me and I will make sure that you get a copy. Likewise, if you have any questions about anything, I have really been checking my email quite frequently. I will more than happy to help you out in any way that you need. Just let me know that you need that help. I will be accepting late work until Thursday, April 9th. That has been the official end date now for Q3. They've actually pushed it back a week. So that's not this week, it's the week after. You have a good week and a half to make up any missing work. And which is why I'm really trying to make sure Power School is up to date, that there is no confusion as to what's in and what's not. Likewise with grades, if you have questions about how something is graded, on Power School itself, you'll notice the little speech bubble. If you click on that, if you don't have a perfect score on something, it'll explain exactly why I took points off. Okay, so I think that'll really come into being when I start to grade the assignment that was due today, which was those documents. And those grades will probably be going up today as well. Okay, so moral of the story is, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm here. I'm happy to help and get things up to date. All right, so for today, the first thing I wanted to do is go through the Microsoft Forms public purpose versus public use activity I had you do last Monday. I graded by participation as promised, but as I was going through what you guys put, I noticed that a couple of the questions had some discrepancies, and I just wanted to clarify. That way you have a good idea of why you put something, if it was wrong, why you got it wrong. Again, that didn't impact your grade at all, but it is something that will be very helpful for the next section of our assignment with Keela. So let me get that up for you. All right, so I'm going to go through question by question and just go through why the response is what it is. So the city uses eminent domain to buy land for a sewer treatment center. This is public use, okay? The sewer treatment is something that all citizens within the city would benefit equally from, okay? And that is really the definition of public use. Does everybody benefit from it, okay? Next one, a town uses eminent domain to expand the property available for a large farm owned by Mr. Krampitz. The correct answer for this would be public purpose. Okay, Mr. Krampitz is clearly getting the largest benefit from this. Also, not everybody will. Yes, some people in the community might benefit from this. Mr. Krampitz might need more people to work on his farm and hire more people. Mr. Krampitz will probably pay more taxes, which helps other people in the town. But it's not like that every single person has equal access to Mr. Krampitz's land, and thus it can't be considered public use. Next one, state uses eminent domain to buy a building for the state police barracks. Okay, this is definitely the most difficult out of all of these. It is public use. And the reason is state police are a service that is equally beneficial to everybody. Or at least is supposed to be equally beneficial to everyone. So even though it's barracks for the police, it's so that the police can actually do their job and help people out. And that would be why it's public use and not public purpose. If the state police were a private institution, that might change it slightly, but basically they perform a service that everybody has equal access to. Okay, at least on paper. All right, next one. Town uses eminent domain to create a space for walking a bike path along a river. Okay. In this case, it would be public use, just because everybody would have equal access to that bike path. Okay, a city uses eminent domain to purchase a building for an urgent care medical center. That also would be public use. Most people will have equal access to that medical center. Will everybody use it? Not necessarily, but it is at least there for everybody's use. 7, New London uses eminent domain to purchase homes in Fort Trumbull neighborhood to create amenities and businesses to support a large pharmaceutical company that plans to move nearby. This is definitely public purpose. It is describing the Kelo case. And that was your last question, okay? Again, the big takeaway from this is it's public use. If people have equal access to it, everybody benefits from it or has the potential to benefit from it. It's public purpose if only a few individuals do. Anytime you give private property to an individual or a company or a private sector, that tends to be public purpose. The idea is they might hire more people, which helps everybody, but it's not that everybody is actually going to benefit from it. Okay. All right. So next step. Today's class will be working on the outline to your essay. We are not writing the essay today. So you'll see in assignments that there's the outline. That is what it will be due Wednesday, which is April 1st by 8 a.m. It is just the outline to the essay. The instructions are on there though, because obviously you can't write an essay without knowing what the essay question is. The essay, I'm looking to see it'll either be due Wednesday, April 8th or Thursday, April 9th. It will not, the essay grade itself will not count as part of third quarter. It will count as fourth quarter. I'm still figuring out exactly when the essay due date will be. I will let you know, but again, that is not something that is going to count towards this quarter's grades, okay? So let me show you that so that you can see the instructions. All right, so this is an argumentative essay. The essay question has two parts, although honestly, if you're answering one, you're going to automatically bring up the second question. So do you support the 2005 decision, the Kelo versus New London case by the US Supreme Court? Should eminent domain be used for public purpose rather than for only public use? You basically have to decide, was the ruling in the Kelo case correct? Do you think that they should have been able to take Suzette Kelo's property? If the answer is yes, then you're going to be supporting the idea that public purpose is a valid use or a valid reason in eminent domain, right? If you are arguing that no, Kelo versus New London is not a good enough reason to be able to take Suzette Kelo's land, then you need to be arguing that public use is the only correct way to use eminent domain. So these two questions are completely interlaced. You can't explain one without explaining the other. So don't panic that there's two questions. Your answers will be combined. You are going to have to cite your sources and use in-text citations. I'll go through more of that next class when I start to give instructions on how to write your essay. Okay, the essay format, you have an introduction. This contains background information on the subject, as well as context and your thesis. The last sentence of the introduction paragraph should be what you are arguing and should answer that essay question. As far as necessary context, you should be defining what eminent domain is. You should be telling me a brief overview of the Kelo case, what happened in that case. Next, you should have 3 body paragraphs. This is a topic sentence that should start out each one. It should support your central claim or your thesis. The paragraphs need to contain at least 2 supporting details, counterclaims, or evidence that prove your topic sentence. The evidence must connect back to your central claim or your thesis, otherwise there's no point. The best way to kind of divide this up, you can pick on particular arguments. So if you are, say you are arguing that the Kelo case was not a good use of eminent domain, you might focus one paragraph on the issue of blight and whether blight should be considered as public use or public purpose. You might have another paragraph devoted to what is actually supposed to be used for and whether or not that actually came to happen. You can break it around your different arguments that support that case, whatever your thesis is. Again, if you're having difficulties with this, let me know and I can definitely help you. You can also have one paragraph devoted to a counterclaim. That's entirely appropriate as well. Whatever works for you as far as organization is concerned. And again, if you have questions, reach out. Your conclusion, okay? Yes, you're going to summarize briefly what you already argued, but you're also going to add something new. Create a new related idea that doesn't go against your claim. So this could be a prediction, a lesson learned. You could talk about what the ruling of kilo means for the United States and what it means for the future. That would be sufficient in this case. But you don't want to repeat everything that you've already said. You also don't want to add on to your essay that it's unclear that it's a conclusion. I've had some individuals in the past who just continue arguing and it becomes another body paragraph instead of an actual conclusion. Of course, you'll have your works cited as well. All right, so this page on this will be the one that'll be due Wednesday, and it's your essay. You can put a little of your historical background, your claim, your body argument, body paragraphs. You should tell me what the topic sentence is. The evidence, you can put what document it comes from. What is the main point connecting it back? You're going to do that 3 times, and then your conclusion, right? This is an outline. I don't expect it to be super detailed. What I do expect to see is what sources you're using and what your argument clearly is. Okay, so that will be due by Wednesday, April 1st at 8 a.m. Okay, here, let me do that. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm here. I'm waiting for them. I want to help you the best I can. So essay, like I said, it won't be due for some till probably the end of next week. I'll let you know next class when exactly that will be due. Your outline is due Wednesday. All right. Good luck, guys. Bye.